Sliding through the static glow, jamming, Damien got the flow. News that hits you in the soul, what it means to you, you should know. Ask why, leaning close, late night crew, raise a toast. Drip, drip, our daily drip. Tune in, don't let it slip. What's the word? What's the vibe? This is your show, come feel alive. Turn to real talk. Jam drops gems while Dame unlocks. Questions that make the clock stop. Late night thoughts in a backdrop. Ask why, leaning close. Late night crew, raise a toast. Drip, drip, a daily drip. Tune in, don't let it slip. What's the word? What's the vibe? This is your show, come feel alive. Sliding through.
Lights down low, we're on the air. Gem and Dame, they're everywhere. Late night talk, we see it clear. What up? Our squad, pull up a chair. Drip drop, heavy thoughts. Catch the fire, don't get lost. Daily drip, we talk, we flip. The news, the moves, what's next for you? Daily drip, don't let it slip. Service, stay true, we got you. We got you.
Raindrops fall on city pavement, washing secrets in the dark. Daily drip, the crowd's amazement. Knowledge streaming comes to spark. Thunder in the nighttime sky.
Get them ready. What up? What up? What's going on? What's going on? Thank you for coming to the place to be. Welcome to our daily drip show. Nighttime. Welcome, my squad. Name of this show: When the Free Market Costs Too Much, Even for the People. Bringing in our host with the most, Jim Jones, along, accompanied, supported by, held up strong by plain_Dane. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and bring the people in.
Hey y'all, it's me, your host, co-host, matter of fact, Jim Jones. I'm in the building, having a great Friday. Hope y'all are too. So happy y'all are here with us for that late night drip. I have a lot of focus stuff going on, but happy y'all are here to do a late night drip with us. Along with me is my brother, Plain Dane.
What up? What up? What up? Hey, how's it going, everybody? Another late night drip. It's been a wild week, man. Just to say the least. I'm happy to be here. I think I missed last Friday, and ran into not necessarily some technical difficulties this week, but it's been some interesting ones. Hope you guys did catch the last two shows that we put up, but ultimately they had to come down. Long story. But
no story. You shouldn't even have to mention it. It's fine.
I'm gonna mention it because you guys, that's the whole point of it. You guys got to catch it before it's gone in certain situations. You know, we get on some very conversations here that's very candid, but sometimes it could be a little controversial. So tune in when you see that live button get hit. You guys, you never know what you're gonna get. It's a box of chocolates, but it's a very informative one. So don't miss out, y'all. Trust me. It gets interesting on this side.
So yeah, last week we had a tech live. So if you didn't get a chance to catch that, please do. Definitely tried to take some of the elements of artificial intelligence and just automation in general, and how applying that kind of to like the Gills Arena situation, which has spiraled into some other stuff that we're not even going to talk about today because more stuff's coming out about that. But yeah, check out that video if you're interested. Check it out. But for today, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this video and our channel with two people you like, someone you don't, because it's totally free and there's no reason for you not to. So thank you for being here with us as we get into the mess. As y'all know, though, it's Halloween season. So some of y'all, some people celebrate, some don't. Definitely understand if you don't. You know, a lot of people, it's the devil's day, so definitely understand that.
Some people, it's Halloween every day when they look into that mirror.
You know what? And I'm glad you popped in here. Shout out to Cassius Pay, our producer in the building, giving us all of the things that work and help us do this show so much better. So shout out to Cassius Pay. I'm gonna be nice today, even though he was acting extra.
I hear you. And the extra special shout out to Auntie Sharon. My auntie was trying to tune in. Speaking of tech situations, she just couldn't get in with us today. Aww. So she said, baby, just tape it for me. I said, we always tape it, Auntie.
Just tape you. For me.
I got you.
Oh my gosh.
All right, thank you for even attempting to get it. I know it's difficult, Auntie, and I appreciate you so much. I love you.
Or you can just text her the link. She can hop in. Not unless she's trying to subscribe. It's over with.
I did that.
Tech support.
I'll be at her house. I'll be at her house to walk her through it this weekend because she just couldn't do it. But
y'all some drip in the comments. And y'all the Geek Squad for y'all family. Let us know. I know I am most of the time. And I'm like, I'm here. But speaking of how we got here, I know it's about to be Halloween. So wanted to bring up this video. Y'all get a chance to see this video. Let's start it off with a little bit of the funny before we get into the political mess. So I really feel kind of seen with this video. But you know what? Halloween's canceled, y'all. Folks out here dressing like their tax bracket every day. Let's get into it. If it will start, we'll see. But because like her dressing up like that was low-key racist with the voice. That's the drip in the comments. Y'all gonna go just as yourselves, be like, I'm dressed up. I'm not gonna be an adult this year.
That was spooky. That was suspicious.
Her popping on with the racist comment with that voice is crazy. Drop some drip in the comments.
It's insane. Shout out to my trailer park boys. That was wild. That was wild.
I think I'm gonna go with Halloween as Brokey the Clown. Brokey the Clown.
So we just gonna go as ourselves.
Damn.
My name is Cashiers. I don't.
Oh,
What you talking about?
I'm
Well-
going as daddy. That's what I was last Halloween too. I was daddy last weekend. I mean, not last weekend. Well, I'm daddy every day, but last
I was
Halloween,
confused. Like, oh,
I was
okay.
dressed as concerned dad, with the kids all dressed up, and they was like, "You
Concerned
should be
dads.
Gomez Adams." No, I'm gonna be plain Dane.
That is
Save some
funny.
money. Yeah, but my baby gonna dress up. You already know that. She already, her hair getting done. She doing all kinds of stuff. This is what we hustle.
Drop some
for.
drip in the comments. Let us know what y'all going as for Halloween. Because you know what? We're gonna head into the people's briefing because one actually I shouldn't say this. I don't know if other countries like celebrate a Halloween
They do.
because you said they don't.
They
'Cause
do,
I know, like,
but
I know DOJ
they don't trick or treat.
Okay, that's well. France
Shout
showed
out
me France be out here tricking and treating, but I'm just saying, with the way that
This
they
is
got this scamming going on, allegedly.
Oh man, yeah. You know, with enough money, you could buy a president. That's all I'm hearing.
You said with enough money you can buy a president. So
President.
France be like, we may surrender in wars, but we not about to surrender in these court cases. They are not giving up, okay, at all, at all. So former President Nicholas, I don't know, I'm gonna say his name wrong. Get ready.
Mess that name up. Come on, come and Big
Sarkozy.
Daddy when you mess that
Sarkozy.
name up. Who's you
Sarkozy.
playing with? Mess that name up.
It's
Okay,
Sarkozy.
Sarkozy. Okay. So he has a 5-year sentence for criminal conspiracy. Now, bring this up. France got a lot going on over there to the point where people like, hey, let's just go ahead and hold another election, get people out of here. I bring this to attention because this is a former French president who's had issues, and they already tried. And that he was from 2007 to 2012, and then he was convicted in about a little more than a month ago because he had a scheme. Allegedly had a scheme. Well, I guess it's not even alleged, right? He's convicted. I don't know how that works in France, but over here it wouldn't be alleged. It would be confirmed for a scheme with the Liberia's dictator. I'm gonna say his name wrong. You ready?
Muammar Gaddafi.
See, there you go. You got it.
That's my
got
dog. Because we not gonna
because he's well known. He's well known.
Yeah, he well known in these streets.
Yeah.
Libyan.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. I don't
Exactly.
want to get into. I don't want to get into who's responsible for his death. It's a whole nother conversation.
Okay, so the prosecutors argued that he was acting with his authority and in his name struck a deal with him in 2005 to illegally fund his presidential election 2 years later, and that in return, Gaddafi was promised to help restore his international image after, There was a bombing of a plane in 88 over a couple of countries, and even in 89, killing hundreds of passengers. So basically, they're saying you would have never been president had you not got him involved and basically paid for it due to illegal financing. Now, I have questions. How much of a risk do y'all think that is? Or even like, drip in the comments. Back in 2007, right? Like now we could say someone went through and through ads, you know what I'm saying? Through all this like actual technology types of things. What in the world was he doing in France that we're like, man, if he wouldn't have did that, he would have won the election. I don't understand. He just sent like a bunch of chicks out to the clubs with like, vote for Sarkozy. Like I'm trying to figure out. Granted, it's not that
I
primitive
don't
about
know.
2007, but it's
All
not
I know
high
is,
level like it is now.
when Gaddafi was out here, he had money longer than train smoke. He
Mm.
had the Libyan royal family, like, and you heard what I said, Libyan royal family. I mean, kings and queens were like, Gaddafi, what do you want to do with our money? And he was like, we're gonna buy a president, probably. I don't know. I ain't decided yet. So no telling what happened there, but I definitely want to dig deeper into this because I've heard whispers about this. It hasn't been a far stretching story, but I definitely want to see exactly how they even found out that Gaddafi had cut the check. That's what I want to dig into a little deeper. But
All right. So
yeah.
one thing that I'll talk about while we're here is some of the things that people should probably know about Sarkozy. And one of the things he stressed, restoring authority and national pride. I don't know if that sounds familiar, appealing to a particularly conservative voter base, right? Concerned with crime and immigration and cultural integration. I don't know if that sounds familiar to you or not. So the Minister of
I've
the
never heard of that.
Interior, later as president, right? That's what he became. He adopted a tough stance on crime, strengthening sentences, tightening immigration quotas. I don't know if that sounds familiar. And emerging employment agencies, or sorry, emerging employment agencies to reduce bureaucracy and redundancy. I don't know if that sounds familiar. He also framed national identity as essential and central to social cohesion, favoring stricter immigration policies and stronger state presence in maintaining social order. So, in essence, it's rewarding hard work or tightening social discipline, mirroring certain other areas that have certain goals. I don't know if that sounds familiar to you all. What
I've
I'm
never
just
heard
saying
of
that
such an interesting concept.
it's the same playbook that's going on globally. So that's just my tinfoil kufi, if you will.
No, that makes sense because that Gaddafi had the same principles. So I see how they aligned. I don't want nobody coming in. I don't know. I'll keep what y'all got. We got what we got. We fine. We independent. Yeah, I could see that. I could see they sound like their principles definitely aligned in that way. And he definitely wasn't on the F stuff, if you get what I'm saying. He ran a very, very tight ship over there. And that's a whole nother show. But yeah.
So before we move on to the last part, he had a bunch of other legal problems that I'll drop the link in the description after our live is over. But he had a bunch of other legal problems. But what ended up happening is he was like appealing and everything. He's still saying that this is basically a what do you call it? Like they're just basically going after him. It's not legitimate. And he filed a final appeal with France's top court, and they should try to look at this again. So right now he's getting these 5 years, and he's like 70 years old right now. He like, this is crazy. But we'll keep y'all updated. Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all think that somebody 70 years old with these allegations should get a certain amount of time? Let us know. Do you feel like it's not illegal? Like I said, my thing is I'm trying to figure out what that looked like in 2007. Like almost 20 years ago, what would taking campaign funds look like. Like back then, you would have been doing campaign with like ads on TV and stuff like that, I suppose. But it's not like now, like where you could be on the internet, boom, there's like a little tickler that comes up that tells you, you know, so and so is trash, essentially. And that wasn't like that 20 years ago. It wasn't like that. So that's my thing.
Well,
I'm curious.
yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it definitely wasn't a so heavily social media. It definitely
Like
was.
quickly, you know what I mean? Just
it was on
injected.
TV. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
definitely advertisement via commercials. Right after you saw Pop Tarts, you started seeing campaign ads either bigging themselves up, showing what they did, or attacking their opponents. So I can only
Speaking
imagine what
of-
that looked like in French. He's le trash.
Oh wow. Speaking of opponents, Kamala out here turning reproductive rights into a TED talk with no PowerPoint. What our girl Kamala over here talking about? She's talking about in order for you to be successful. What does that look like? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about
Mhm.
what does success and the things that you need to be successful looks like from Kamala when she went
Use
to
her messaging was
HBCU.
very specific. Abortion, abortion, abortion. You need abortion. If you don't get an abortion, you won't be successful. And then her being a woman who had never birthed a child, she's the perfect
Does this lady
like
look familiar
model
to y'all?
to go around and say no kids equals success. One of the issues that a lot of
Kayla.
women battle with when they're making that decision as to whether or not they're going to go through with becoming a mother is people unfortunately think that kids equal a burden, kids equal a hindrance. Baby, I'm living breathing proof that a baby don't stop nothing. If anything, the baby opened way more doors for me than I can imagine because people don't tell her no. All right, you might think you want to tell me no, but you ain't gonna tell my baby no. My baby at 4 years old had the president of the United States and the vice president grabbing her Cheetos from backstage because she was pissed that they shut down the concessions. So she goes back there, we're back there to take our picture. She just, and then JD, you know, cousin Jadarius is like, yo, what's wrong? And then she goes, I want my Cheetos. And then Trump goes, Cheetos? And then JD goes, I think we can do that. And then he runs backstage behind some curtains. You hear some shuffling. Comes back out, he got Cheetos for the baby. Like, what are you talking about? Okay, if they wouldn't have did that for me, I wouldn't have never thought to ask them for Cheetos. So it's just like, I just feel for the women who feel like they can't do it.
Yeah.
Because there's so many avenues in which you can do it.
Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all agree with that, disagree? Now, here's the thing before we get into this. These are two totally different women from two totally different spaces. You got Kamala that's over in that camp. If you don't know who this black lady is, I can't remember what her name is, but
Michaela.
she was very, very much advocating for the Republican Party, and she was very much advocating for President Trump. So it's interesting because they're both advocating complete opposite in opposite worlds, like completely opposite worlds. So keep that in mind as you watch that video. All right, I'll be quiet. Go ahead, Nate.
Right. No, I was gonna say Michaela, she has an interesting background in politics as well. She started quite a few groups that's geared towards conservatism. She's one of them ones you don't want that smoke with. They almost was calling her the what was they calling her? They had a little nickname for her in
Who
regards
is
to-
they? Like the Democrats or like other conservatives?
A lot of different people. They were saying that she was like the cooler version of I can't think of her name. But bottom line is that she's not one. She's very fact based. Her opinions. She'll give you her opinion and tell you exactly why she has it. And boy, oh boy, was she cooking Kamala whenever she got a chance to do so. But yeah, I mean, it's real. I mean, everybody saw it. I mean, you at the DNC, you got an abortion bus outside. So you already knew what the agenda was. They like, get rid of your babies. You want to win, kill the kids. And that's just what it looked like. But definitely two different backgrounds, definitely two different value systems there. Keep in mind, Kamala got stepkids, so she probably not even, and her husband already touching paper, so no need to have any more kids, I guess. But
I mean, they got married. She tried to be like on the older side, anyways. And respectfully, okay. Like we gonna call a spade a spade. it is advanced maternal health after 35, and we not gonna act like that's not the medical term for that. Don't play. We're not gonna play these games. But she was probably far beyond 35, I would imagine, by the time she even married him.
And she was chasing. She been chasing for a while. And when I mean by chasing, I mean she been running up and down ladders. She gonna get to where she need to get to, however she need to get there. You know what I mean? So we've heard the rumors. We've seen who she's been linked to. There's definitely been an agenda in her book that she's trying to get somewhere. I don't even know if she even thought about politics when she first started out on her run. You know, it was all about, you know, the law, you know, being a prosecutor, all that stuff. So it's kind of interesting where we are. DEI is definitely a very, very powerful tool for people like her, because we exist in the context. We exist in the context, Jim.
Where did she get married? I'm trying to
That is a good question.
When did she get married? I'm trying to figure that out. Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all know when she got married? I like want to know how old she was when she got married to what's his name? Doug, right? Doug is his name.
Yeah.
But I would imagine it would have, because his kids, I want to say his kids are grown now, right? Like he got grown kids.
As far as I know, yeah.
So here's my thing about it.
She was 49. She married.
When she got married to him?
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay.
Just before her 50th birthday in 2014.
Okay. So here's my thing why this is relevant, right?
August 22nd, 2014, in Santa Barbara, California. She was 49 years old when she married Doug Emhoff.
So
the end.
I just want to put that. I just want to put that in context. Like, technology has come a really long way, right? You got people able to be surrogates. I'm looking at what Joe wrote. You got people who are surrogates. You also have people who, you know, freeze their eggs. Like, so it's not impossible with technology. Like, you totally can. But you really don't hear about women like almost 50 really having a baby unless they already like had a baby. Like, they usually don't have their first baby at like 50. So I say that to bring up, you can do what you want to do. It's your body. It's your body, your decision, right? However, for me, I can't, like, whatever decision I come to, it's definitely not going to be because of Kamala Harris. In a sense of, she had no thoughts about having no kind of family at all if she got married at 49. Like, that was never on her radar. So for her to tell somebody, like, you can't have a career if you have a family, whatever, sis never probably even thought about having a family for real anyway. So as far as Michaela's concerned, I think that it is possible to have a career, have a good, you know, things work out for you. You know, even me and a mom.
She had her baby young too, Michaela.
But also, we're not gonna ignore all the single moms who out there really struggling just to make it for their kids. We're not gonna act like it's just rainbows and butterflies. You're like, oh yeah, baby, you're gonna be just fine. That's not true. Even if you're married, even if you with the dad or you got a great village, it's not necessarily gonna be rainbows and sunshine either. So I'm just saying, this is the type of social media that we are flooding to our young people and what they're consuming. And like, I just want to bring up both sides. Like, look at who's talking to you and from what lens, and what do they gain by telling you this message. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Right. And honestly, I mean, if we all really, because a lot of us have grown up with single parents, we already have seen the struggles. We get it. So it always makes sense to marry before you carry anyways, because that team is what's going to actually make a better situation for the child, you know. But I'm not listening to some politician, you know, that was running around with, you know, Montel Williams.
I knew you was going to say that.
I gotta go there because it's like you gotta look at the choices we made from, you know, yesteryear to now. You know what I mean? And then you also got to pay attention when people kind of do things for optics too. And that's a whole other conversation, you know. Yeah, yeah, it was after, but I mean, yeah, because Montel wasn't dealing with no 48-year-old, 49. And not at that point. Both his girlfriends were young at that point.
Every time somebody say Montel, I always think of Montel Jordan. So I'm sorry, I be like thinking about the song. That's not even what we talking about.
Right. When he talking about Montel Jordan, but she was showing them early on This Is How She Do It.
Let's get it on.
I'm moving around like this. But at the same time,
tonight.
she went from arm
classic.
Hey, she went from arm candy to courtroom.
Allegedly?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What?
Allegedly?
That she was in the courtroom?
No, the eye candy situation.
Arm candy. No, they
arm
candy.
I
mean, it is.
Oh no, it's all kind of. It's pictures out there for that.
But hundreds. Yeah. They've been at a lot of events together, just like her and the.
She was prosecutor. Yeah.
Yeah, when she was a prosecutor, she was dealing with the guy that was helping her up the ladder. It's always, I hate to say it, but in her story, it's always been a man somewhere, and it wasn't no plans for kids. I think she definitely was just a career woman. Not mad at that at all, but I'm not about to sit there and take advice from this person about what to do with my children and it's your choice. Like, shut up. It always been your choice. What do you mean?
What I say is that she's just talking about it from her lens, from her view. That is what success means. Success
Same
means
with Michaela
being, and it'll be the other side of the spectrum for her. So success to her means, I like keep everything out my way. I'm going to be uber focused on what I got to do, and let me play auntie, I guess, and put my greens in the bathtub. And then on the other side, we got someone that says, hey, you can still do what you have to do. Yes, it'll be harder in a struggle, but who hasn't had that type of struggle, right? A lot of us have, especially in the older generations. Your parents is probably between 18 and maybe 25 years older than you max. They're not going to be 48 years old. Older,
right, it's not gonna happen.
50 years
not
old,
gonna happen.
Throwing me out, and then here I go. Like, hey, ma, like I'm not on that. Like,
get your money, get that abortion, and no longer be burdened by what has been.
It would be like that.
What was
Glorilla song, right?
Oh yeah, I mean,
basically, that's basically what. Did she perform at the DT? You know what? We gonna keep it moving. Because she definitely performed.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to Canada.
I ain't got no baby, and the baby ain't got me.
Not me. Canada got caught quoting Reagan. The hands.
Blame Canada. Canada.
So Canada decided they was going to run an ad, and they're going to talk about it in a second, about the tariffs using Ronald Reagan. We know that's baby, you're not gonna do that. And not only did you do that, but you'll find out too, they cut up what he said. Let's go.
In talks with one of America's closest allies and trading partners. Writing on social media, all trade negotiations with Canada are hereby terminated. The president apparently making the unexpected change because of his objections to a Canadian-made ad criticizing tariffs, featuring a speech by former President Ronald Reagan.
America's jobs and growth are at stake.
The Ronald Reagan Foundation saying the ad, quote, misrepresents the speech. Tensions have been rising after Trump imposed tariffs on imports from Canada earlier this year, the country accounting for more than $400 billion in goods coming into the U.S. Earlier yesterday, the president touting his trade war.
Thank God for tariffs. If we didn't have tariffs, we'd be a third world nation.
At the same event, fielding questions about a very different signature project, his new ballroom, taking the place of the now demolished East Wing of the White House. The view from space offering a dramatic before and after of the site. Crews removing debris from the historic complex, all to clear the way for President Trump's plan to build a massive 90,000 square foot ballroom, nearly double the size of the current executive mansion.
It'll be the most beautiful ballroom anywhere in the world.
The renovation during a lengthy government shutdown facing pushback, including from some Republicans.
People are saying, the government's being destroyed. Well, Now it looks like the White House is physically being destroyed.
The White House arguing the president has the authority to make the changes and saying private donations and the president himself will cover the costs.
The president, yes, has committed his own resources.
We'll see a dollar figure from the president.
Yes, you will.
The president later pressed about his own contributions.
How much am I donating? I won't be able to tell you until I finish, but I'll donate whatever's needed.
Garrett, obviously a big focus on this ballroom right now.
So to me, it was crazy that we went from tariffs to the ballroom. But hey, let's focus on the tariffs part of it. What we didn't get into is that Canada had taken pieces of the of Reagan's speech and cut out other parts. Now, the
Hold
pieces
on,
that
before you do that, like just you have to transform the material that we just looked at. So
Oh, okay. So the U.S. does a lot of business with Canada by imposing tariffs. Think about it this way: if it was 400 billion that we do business with them, and let's say I don't even remember what the percent is that we tax in Canada. Let's say we did 10%. 10% of 400 billion is a lot of money because I'm sure we weren't even doing 10%. Like I'm sure we weren't even doing that high. You know what I mean? So like
3 or 2.5.
and
It was real low.
I think it's way higher than that. What I'm saying is like, so yes, Canada is going to be mad because no other president has like went hard in the paint in a sense of like we're right next to each other. It don't take much to, hey man, hey take this, hey take that, cool. Here's a couple dollars. Like it's much easier of an exchange versus they're up there, which means that they got to send everything through an airplane or a boat besides us, and so they're mad. They're mad.
Right.
Nobody else, and it's not like he. I think when he ran, I doubt Canada thought that like you talking to me. I'm sure they would like he ain't talking to me. He talking to you.
all right, so the current U.S. tariffs on Canadian goods, the U.S. imposed 25% tariffs on most Canadian goods except energy products. So that's 10%. In August 2025, President Donald Trump raised the general tariff rate to 35% on Canadian imports that do not comply with the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement, USMCA/CUSMA. So that's also steel, aluminum, and automotive imports from Canada are subject to a specific sectoral tariff of up to 50%. So that's one thing that people pissed about. Over 85% of bilateral trade remains tariff-free, though. So under the USMCA exemptions, mainly covering agriculture because that's supposed to be an essential good and quote unquote essential goods. So counter tariffs. Canada's opposed a 25% retaliatory tariff on a range of U.S. steel, aluminum, and automotive imports, effective March 2025. In September 2025, Prime Minister Mark Carney removed most of these tariffs, though. U.S. goods that qualify under the USMCA, because I done said it about 80 times, are kept at 25%. So that's on steel, aluminum, and vehicle imports. So Canadian tariffs initially targeted about 155 billion in Canadian dollars, which in US is 106 billion, and US products, including consumer goods, agricultural items.
So at the end of the day, we talking billions of dollars getting taxed that's doubled. So of course they mad. Okay, so Canada said, "Look, I'm mad. We about to tell y'all we mad. Matter of fact, let me go get your homie from back in the day. We gonna get President Ray. He said he don't like this either. Roll that clip." So then they take it and they roll the clip and they're like, "I don't know if you should do that on Reagan. I don't know if you should use Reagan." Trump was like, immediately.
What you say? I'll be right
The
back.
United States and Canada over the words and legacy of Ronald Reagan today after President Trump objected to this ad produced by the province of Ontario using a Reagan speech on tariffs from 1987. In it, Reagan says, over the long run, such trade barriers hurt every American worker and consumer. Now, that provoked President Trump to lash out in a late-night social media post, calling the ad fake and saying they only did this to interfere with the decision of the U.S. Supreme Court.
That's
and
the
other
elephant in the
courts.
room.
Tariffs are very important to the national security and economy of the USA. Based on their egregious behavior, all trade negotiations with Canada are hereby terminated. And the Ronald Reagan Foundation issued a statement saying the ad used selective audio and video and misrepresents the April 25th, 1987 radio address by Ronald Reagan. Ontario Premier Doug Ford responded to the president in a social media post of his own saying,
So here's my thing. If y'all ain't get a chance to see what we showed on Sora 2, take a look at that. Because low-key, they really could take Sora, take the words they used, and then use Reagan's face and voice and like have him saying these things, which is wild. So I'm glad that, you know, like they're calling out, especially like his foundation is calling out, like, yo, he didn't say that. Like, I don't think that anybody should be misquoted. Like, if you're going to take what he said, take it all the way. From what I understand, if they would have took all of it, it actually sounds kind of worse. But take all of it and not chop it up, because that's like we're seeing that that's just a problem in technology with this. And so, yeah, you done made Trump mad. So he like, we're done with them.
Right.
Trump said,
it's already a sensitive situation. It's like, why would you want to rock the boat now? Like, why?
Okay. Well, I'll put in a little bit on this. So I put into AI what were some of the key points of the exact speech on April 25th, 1987 to address free and fair trade. So I'll talk through 5 points here and then give a quick line on the context at the bottom. So the key excerpts of the speech in 1987: imposing such tariffs on trade barriers and restrictions of any kind are steps that I loathe to take. So he didn't want to take them, apparently, in this speech. Over the long run, such trade barriers hurt every American worker and consumer. High tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation of foreign countries and triggering fierce trade wars. Throughout the world, there's a growing realization that the way to prosperity for all nations is through rejecting protectionist legislation and promoting fair and free trade competition. And America's jobs and growth are at stake. So those were the 5 points that he had. So in his 1987 remarks are a defense of free and fair trade rather than isolationism. So if we was going to put it in one word, then that's what he was talking about in that particular context. Go ahead, keep it rolling.
Right.
we can finish the video where it's at right here. My thing is this: it's about to be a rocky 2026 with Canada. Very rocky is where I'm at with that. But more importantly, I just want to really be careful what we see and what we hear, and to be able to validate real stuff. Like, that's going to be really challenging moving forward. That's my take on it.
Canada and the United States are friends, neighbors, and allies. President Ronald Reagan knew that we are stronger together. God bless Canada and God bless the United States. No word yet from the White House on what the plan is now for talks between the two countries, which have been ongoing since Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney visited the White House earlier this month. And guys, I should tell you that we went back and compared the edited version that was aired in this Canadian ad of that Ronald Reagan speech with the actual Ronald Reagan speech from April 25th, 1987. The ad did cut and splice some of the words of the president and rearrange the order of the words. But the parts of the radio address that they took out of the ad because it was too long are actually more critical of tariffs than some of the parts that they used in the ad. In the other parts of the speech that were not aired here, Reagan goes on to say that tariffs were part of the cause of deepening the Great Depression, and saying that they cause American companies to be less competitive. So the president there, President Reagan that is, very critical throughout that speech of tariffs, guys.
Right.
Drop
Which is
some drip in the comments, y'all.
yeah. Basically, this is my take on it. What I've been looking at just the whole relationship between us and Canada is that I mean Trump came out swinging. He came out letting you know what he stood on, and then Canada wants to put on a dress and some makeup, go out and act a fool, and then want to send the "Hey big head" text every time he sit there and up the tariffs. Like, hey, wait a minute, let's talk about this. Wait, hey, wait a minute, come here. You acting funny? No, quit playing with me. Now you done did it again. You done put on the FM dress, threw out a little ad, spliced up some stuff. Now here you are on social media talking about, God bless America and God bless Canada too. And nah, dog. 2026 is definitely gonna be a very interesting year for Canada. Very, very interesting. And I mean, you look at Reagan. Reagan was all about feathering his nest and strengthening diplomacy across the world. Trump don't give a damn about that. He said, "Respect us, respect us." Oh, if you respect me, I respect you. That's how he moved. And respect these tariffs too, because we've been getting hung over the balcony on this issue for years. And I love how Democrats like to say, "Oh, these tariffs is crazy." Nobody said that when Biden was eating off of them. Nobody said a word. They were figuring out ways so they can get their slice of the pie, Whole nother conversation. But yeah, it's gonna get very interesting.
Now, I have a slightly different take. Now, I do appreciate tariffs for where they at, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also, it's like the necessary evil that it is. It is making other countries try to. It's like when you don't have a job, right? You can got to figure out what ways you got to do to make some money, right? To hustle, and essentially, it is what has birthed, not entirely, but birthed the acceleration of some of these BRICS nations that are together because of the use of how the United States arms and weaponizes tariffs, the US dollar, and all of that to kind of strong arm, which is good, is better than war, right? So I appreciate it, but it is drawing another access aligned force that we are going to soon have to figure out what we are actually going to deal with as far as power structures go. Yeah,
but unfortunately, the other side of that too is that he got to build up a war chest against a bunch of infighting within this country. We are such an embarrassment on the inside of the country. The beef outside of the country is one thing, but what's going on within it is even crazier because nobody can come together. He got to operate outside of Congress at this point.
That's a great segue, because let's talk about internally cutting education as well. We want to have geniuses, but we don't want to buy no pencils. We want to have kids to be able to have a decent education. We don't want to fund it. We don't want to fund it. My kids, not my clown, not my circus.
Or it might be a situation where you might want the state to take care of it because these bureaucratic folks is just, we don't know where the money is going.
They cutting
I don't think firing everybody is the answer. I think we do need to audit some things and see what's going wrong. But we coming through. Yeah, we coming through.
So let's get into this. Let's talk about education and where somebody. So we don't gotta play the whole thing. Just maybe just the beginning. I'll let you know we can cut it because we don't have to do the whole thing.
It's the capital region in New York, the Albany, New York area, and just impacted by so many of the cuts that
New York has pretty high on education,
raising their
by the
voices,
way.
very, very concerned. And Donald Trump and his GOP allies are purposefully making this shutdown as painful as possible for the American people. They've made it.
And see, that's what I don't like.
They are attempting to entirely eliminate federal agencies. Seems to be their underlying goal. And the top department and the Department of Education is one of their top targets. This is illegal. The president cannot eliminate entire federal agencies Without
Ranked number
approval from
8 in
Congress,
education in the
but they
United States.
continue to go forward with this agenda. He attempted to illegally fire thousands of federal workers, something that no previous president has done during a shutdown. These cuts are unnecessary. Trump has proposed steep funding cuts across the federal government, including the Department of Education.
Now,
which
this
would
is
have
crazy.
a devastating impact on our children and our communities. In fact, compared to this time last year, the Department of Education has been reduced by more than 1/2, as thousands of staff have either departed or been fired. This has been going on since day one of this administration. Now he's using the shutdown that he caused to go even deeper. In the most recent rounds of cuts, 466 employees were fired at the Department of Education. That was a fifth of the remaining staff at the agency. These firings affected those who oversee Title I grant funding, which is designated for low-income schools, the Office for Civil Rights, the management of the 21st Century Community Learning Centers, which facilitate summer and after-school learning programs. There are 3 employees left at the Office of Special Education Programs.
That's crazy.
3. That's 3 employees left at the office that oversees more than $15 billion worth in funding under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. IDEA.
So we can pause it there. I can summarize the rest of that. So he ends up going on to say there was like a mom that was there talking about her kid who had special needs, and he asked her basically from what he proposed up here, how does that affect her family? And she said that, well, you know, like those cuts mean that I have to figure out how I'm going to get fair education for my kid, because the idea is, it's called IDEA for IDEA. Like it helps to make sure that it's fair to publicly give education to all kids, and cutting funding essentially, like you ain't got enough teachers, you ain't got enough money, you don't got enough of nothing to trickle down to actually help their kids. So that's the thing with that. I think that's concerning. That's very concerning because those kids need help, and it ain't like they could just walk into like a private school and be like, hey, my kid has, I'm trying to think whatever neurodivergent the need that they have, and can you take them to this private school? And be like, hell no.
No, you got to pay for that.
Even if you did, they wouldn't take the kid with, depending on what it is. Like, no, I don't care how much money you have, I'm not taking that kid.
Right. And let me say this, as you know, in my background of education, the whole time I've worked in education, it's always been a problem with funding for special education. I mean, they took away Special Olympics, the light of my children's like year. You get what I'm saying? Like they took away the Special Olympics here in Ohio. So I had to raise money. So I had to help raise like $6,000 just to help rent a facility to try to like just keep it going, so to speak, here. You know, a lot of parents donated towards that. But for a while, there was a budget for that. You see what I'm saying? And then when we talked about it, because it seemed like it was more money going towards, you know, all the other sports in different districts, you know, no one batted an eyelash about Special Olympics. They're like, whatever. And then on top of that, you also had the situation where you got kids who may need, you know, a paraprofessional to follow them around. It was always no money for that. Or, you know, we have to be very careful with how we move with that. But yet they're getting billions of dollars, right?
Yeah, he just said, what was it, 15 billion?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
They've been getting that. That's my whole point. They've been getting that. And then it's like, where is that money being allocated and how? And that's why the big conversation has been giving states the power to actually oversee their own budget and try to get things in order.
Well, speaking of states getting their own budget, let's talk about these bottom 10 states and how they have some of their distinguishing challenges. So I'm gonna just humor you all and I'm gonna go from,
you mean 41, the worst 10 in education?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go from 41 to 50, and I'm gonna just explain real quick their distinguishing challenge. So 41, Hawaii. high teacher turnover, and limited school funding relative to cost of living. It
It's expensive
Twinkies
as hell.
cost money out there. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Milk
it's
is
crazy.
$15.
Right. Yeah.
42, Alabama,
Mm.
low standardized test performing and limited STEM curriculum integration. So money isn't the issue necessarily.
No, it's never been an issue.
43,
Also, jump in the comments, y'all in Alabama. Let us
Yeah.
know why you with
Louisiana,
Alabama.
Yeah, go ahead.
Louisiana, below average literacy scores and
Mhm.
systemic funding inadequacies. So that's an issue, between the wards and all that, as they
Mhm.
say in NOLA. 44, West Virginia,
Mm.
struggling rural districts and low college readiness indicators. Surprise.
I mean, they might be on a bus for like 30 minutes to go to school, boy. I'm sure it ain't close necessarily.
To go up and down some of the mountains, yeah.
Man, listen. Like, I ain't going to school today. It's snow.
45, Nevada, poor graduation rates, low achievement scores, and large class sizes. What you'll see on the West Coast, that tends to be a going caveat. Is
They
the
just throw all
class
them
size.
kids in class. It's D1 education in 3rd grade. You in the bleachers. Get
You
your
got bold
notepad
teeth.
out.
All right. 46 is Oregon. High chronic absenteeism and below average standardized test scores.
Shout out to Portland.
47, Arizona, overcrowded classrooms, low per pupil spending, and low literacy math scores. 48, Alaska, high dropout rates and remote schooling barriers, teacher shortages in rural areas.
I bet. Who the hell want to live in Alaska? Minus the military base. But the military kids doing fine.
Well, that's because they have their own.
Yeah.
We can get
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah.
49, Oklahoma, weak test scores, underfunded school districts, and low teacher pay. And rounding out number 50,
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
I knew it.
Yeah, New Mexico, lowest SAT and math proficiency scores, high dropout rates, and poor teacher retention. But I think we did something a while back saying that they're trying to get free health care for people to bring your kids.
Yes.
Free
Yes,
health
you
care.
did.
Bring them.
I've only met one person from New Mexico. He was mad cool. Super cool. But he was telling me he was like top of his class. And he said he ain't never going back there. I said, okay. He said, ain't shit there. I said, okay. So I would have never thought you was from New Mexico. He was like, yeah, I ain't never going back. I think he was
Majority of states-
he was Native American, I believe.
Right. And a lot of states he mentioned are ran by what party? A lot of
Not
Democratic states.
We gonna go back to that
no.
New Mexico.
No,
Is that
New Mexico,
Democratic?
Arizona,
2025.
Oklahoma,
Oklahoma,
Alaska,
no.
Oregon, yeah. Nevada, no. That might be purple. West
No,
Virginia.
I said majority. I ain't
No.
say all. I'm just saying that
Shit,
majority.
Nah, the only states on there that might have been Democratic would have been Oregon.
Hawaii.
And I don't even know if that's true because that's just Portland. I don't mean it's crazy. Some of these states like all the whole state be red. Like this part right here, boom, a bunch of people just live there.
That's what I'm
messing up
saying.
their votes.
You all got to look at the area where a lot of the problems is centralized.
But I think it's just Oregon on that list that is Democratic, if I can remember correctly on that list.
Hawaii is in New Mexico as well.
New Mexico, I don't know about that. I might have to ask.
Look into it. But bottom line is this: education has been like I said, it's been a.
No, we're gonna fact check this in real time. I can't let you get that one off. So Republican controlled states and we'll say
Hold on, I'm asking
trifectas
about New Mexico right now.
and geo.
Oh, so New Mexico is
deputy governor.
is a Democratic leaning blue state these days, is what it says.
Yeah, so the
But
states
it's not
are
blue everywhere, is what it says.
Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma. So far, Alaska, Alabama,
and Hawaii is
Oklahoma.
Democratic leaning
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, we already do that though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I knew that one for sure. Yeah.
There's
So
another
does, and a lot of them have divided control, is what it says. So Arizona would be considered divided control, surprisingly. Yeah. Nevada, surprisingly.
West Virginia is a Republican state.
Is it?
Yeah, it said that in 2024, Trump won by nearly 70% of the vote.
Well, when I
Damn.
say ran, I'm talking about the state legislature. And
It said Republicans hold the governorship and all
Yeah.
statewide executive offices.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they
I think
run
we
they
had a
run they
comment
run
on
in
here.
they
Let me
run
see
in
what
West
this is.
Virginia, boy. They run in West Virginia, boy. They said we ran over here.
Oh, Joe put up a book. Let's hit it. You look at some of these school systems, and some of the lowest performing ones have some of the highest per student spending in the state. I went to public schools. It's more than a money problem. You are correct, sir. Sometimes it's a cultural problem. That's within the
That's
school.
all I'm
where-
getting at. That's all I'm getting at. Because,
Yeah.
like I said, working in that school district, you saw, like, put it like this, and I hate to say this, but if a school is doing pretty well sports wise,
Mm.
they
Yeah.
got great looking jerseys. Their gym looks better.
That's why Texas moved like they do.
Yeah.
Alabama, you would think Alabama, but Texas and
Yeah. And then you also look at how many ribbons was getting cut over the years with certain buildings that's probably empty right now. I'm talking about new schools, computers and all of that, and people ran up in there and took what they could take, and there's only so much insurance gonna keep covering. So it's a cultural issue. It's a misappropriations issue. I remember cleaning out, I ain't gonna name the school, but I remember clearing out a closet, helping out over the summer, and it was a bunch of books wrapped up in plastic. And I said, well, why aren't these being dispersed? Oh, we don't want the kids to ruin them. When the hell they gonna read them?
What?
Well, the
I
kids
remember
get 'em
back in the day where we used to get the book. You had a card that you got to put in that bad boy
Yeah.
because it's stamped because it's your year for it. And that's,
Yeah. But
Yeah.
meanwhile, you had a bunch of books that have been purchased. They were sitting in the closet wrapped up. And then you start following the money, you see an even bigger problem. Go to Chicago, check out the situation that was going on there. There was a certain scam that took place there with textbooks. When I say money has been appropriated all over America when it comes to education, because we already know the thought process is teachers are severely underpaid. That's always been, that they could pay them more, educators need to be paid more, which is true. But that's why it's been a lot of talk about sending that stuff through the states, because it could be monitored a lot closer. You don't have to deal with the bureaucracy of government telling you how to spend money in your state when you're the one staring at the problems right then and there. You know exactly what school district need what and all of that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, if the kid can't read, can't keep you, how many millions you gonna pump into the school if kids still not reading well, test scores are still low. So it's a misappropriation situation.
Yeah, top 3 schools in education mixes higher education with like pre-K through 12 is New Jersey, then Florida, then Colorado, which I find crazy. 4 is Utah and 5 is Massachusetts. I totally expected Massachusetts to be like higher than that, but I see what you're saying. I do think though that money matters, because if you can't pay teachers, you can't get enough teachers. And to me, that's showing where that gap is of we don't have enough teachers and we got big classrooms, like a bunch of kids in the class. Well, yeah, because you only have X amount of teachers to service X amount of kids. Like you can't pay them well. Right. In my opinion, I personally don't think that classrooms should be big. In K through 12. That's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Like it should be smaller class. I don't care what state it is. I don't care about any of that. Like pay the teachers and have smaller classrooms, because someday this is gonna be our future. And if they can't read, can't write, and they over here the one doing your catheter or whatever else, you look up, they got wrote down, yeah, he took his meds are this, and he got you on psychotic drugs because he didn't mean he put the wrong letters.
Said this ain't metformin. And that's why everybody trying to hurry up and get these damn robots and AI online because it feels like it's about to be one of them days.
Yeah. So speaking of one of them days, let's go ahead and head on about them chemtrails. So y'all notice wasn't no chemtrails since the shutdown.
I haven't noticed. So I'm
Go
glad
look out.
that you're going
You
to
know
bring
what?
it
I
up.
want y'all. We gonna watch this video. So they gonna give you some evidence on the video. I want y'all tomorrow morning when you get a chance, go look outside around. I don't know when it's the clearest. Go look outside. See how clear it is. Just go take a look. Humor
Oh,
yourself.
my dude by the desert anyway. It's gonna be clear skies wherever he at. Look like it might be the only black man in New Mexico.
Day 17 of the government shutdown. Still no chemtrails. But I'm tired of talking. I'm gonna let those that follow me take it from here.
Perfectly blue skies since the government has been shut down. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Usually chemtrails all over the place. Crazy. Nothing.
All I'm saying is pay attention to what the skies look like when the government returns to session.
No chemtrails brought to you by the government shutdown. Thank you. No chemtrails.
And there is not one cloud or chemtrail in the sky. Prior to the shutdown, we were supposed to get rain every day. We've got no rain since the shutdown.
The government shut down, and there are no trails in the sky. The government can stay shut down. They don't do anything anyway.
Y'all go outside tomorrow morning. Y'all go outside. Go look. See what y'all think. I will say I would be surprised. Do y'all remember when the Rona was out? How clear the water started getting? How the earth started healing itself because we as humans have done so much toxic stuff being outside that like it was literally healing itself. Y'all remember that? Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all remember that? But I can believe it. Just let me know. Y'all seeing the chemtrails go away in the sky? What y'all think? Y'all know about this and I'm just late to the party? Wouldn't be the first time. Shout out to our viewers.
Yeah, and shout out to the private donor that spent 130 million making sure our armed forces still remain paid. So they're reporting on that right now as we talk. Then they still haven't come to a decision on this damn shutdown. But now we got private donors coming through with checks. So
how is that even legal?
For a private donor to pay for
the government?
Yeah, I mean it's shut down.
That don't seem right to me. That sounds strange to y'all. Oh, right. You need some money. You need some money.
I mean, think about it though.
Well, depending on who it is, they might be getting theirs on the back end anyway. Once it gets started back up again and get some tanks going, all that, some Abrams. All right.
Same thing with these politicians. They can't pack money all the time.
Yeah.
We just don't hear about it.
All right, y'all. We're gonna go into a little fun real quick. A nostalgic moment in time. Now, a little while ago, we talked about AOL. Y'all don't know AOL died. Bye-bye, AOL. ASL. Drop your ASL. No, I'm just kidding. But now it's MTV. So
I told you, I ain't got that one. That was on you.
Oh,
yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. Now MTV is, and I can just talk about it. I don't have to even do too much. I can drop the link. But now MTV is in fact dying.
You talk about me. So bring
I wasn't ready.
Roll that clip, Jim Jones.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready at all. I wasn't. I really
Roll
wasn't.
that clip.
Well, I have to share the article, but I can talk about it in the meantime because I am aware of, the actual thing. So if you don't know what MTV is, that's where we used to get all of our music videos and
Our
so forth.
culture. Yeah.
Yeah, way back in the day. But nowadays we are no longer able to do that. And so I'm trying to figure out how. Oh no, it's not gonna let me do that. It's not gonna let me do it. I did it
Yeah,
yesterday.
bring him in on that. Yeah, roll that clip. Uh-huh. Yeah, hold on.
I did it
Roll
yesterday.
that beautiful.
I
Roll that
can't
beautiful
stand
beam
you.
footage.
I can't stand you.
On the left,
because I have to
Jimmy Jim Jones _.
anyways,
Lubba.
this is where we used to get our pop culture from, and we no longer do. And so I can't stand you. So I can't share it right now. I can't stand you because I wasn't ready. For you to do that is like
she wasn't ready.
No, we talked about it in the pre-production.
We be talking about.
That's how I go.
We're not gonna argue on live stream. That's what we're not gonna do. We're not
This
gonna
is
argue.
funny.
You can't pull it up to now. Pull it up. That's what you told me.
I was, but you know what? We're not gonna do this on live stream because your communication skills are not coming through very well. And I'm just gonna let you know because we are now in 2025.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
So this is what I'll do for you.
Hold on. That's
Okay. I'll bail you out. So the official death of MTV as a music television network was confirmed in October 2025 with Paramount Global announcing that it will shut down all of MTV's remaining music channels worldwide by December 31st, 2025. Oh, so soon. What's ending? 5 major MTV branded music channels, which will permanently cease broadcasting: MTV Music, MTV 80s, MTV 90s, Club MTV, and MTV Live. These channels are known for non-stop music videos, which everybody watches on Vimeo and YouTube now.
I'm good now.
Shows.
I'm good now.
You good?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm good.
okay.
I got it. That's fine because you weren't trying to help play anyways. It's fine. So if y'all didn't know, TRL used to be popular back in the day. Okay, TRL was where you used to go when you want to see everybody dance and do. Now you go to TikTok. And everybody's doing the dances. But back then, that's where you get to see people try to dance and pop lock and do all kind of weird stuff. And now they're taking that off. And it's a rippling effect if you think about it, because everybody would get what culture is in a lot of different places from there. So for example, I'll give you an example. UK. Did not know, honestly, as a young kid, I never met anybody from the UK, right? Never met anybody from London. But then I heard a great voice called Craig David, and I loved Craig David, and I did not know that what London was, right? So it gave opportunity through music, like MTV, for you to learn about different cultures, different music, and how the music still, I would say it's still kind of it's different, but it sounds the same, right? Like it's still R&B, but it's like UK R&B, but you still can appreciate it,
And Craig David was Canada. He was the first Drake. Low key. First person in Canada to really pop and come over into the States. Yeah.
He was in Canada. I thought he was from the UK.
Nah, he's from Canada.
I thought he was from the UK.
You about to ruin her dream. She over there.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm sorry.
He was from the UK.
Dreaming about him talking about some Monday.
No, it was not.
Took me for a drink. Joe said. Joe said it stopped being music.
No, he's
television.
not. He was born in Southampton, the UK. I'm right.
Okay, so
he didn't live in Canada at no point.
So he flew.
He might have, but he's from the UK. So boom.
Oh, that's all that it matters. So I'm right, and I say so.
Women's lit. Women's lit. Women's lit.
I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. Give me a second. Go ahead. Keep talking. I'm
gonna look it up. But let me say this.
I don't know.
My goodness.
Go ahead.
Chill. Joe says it stopped being music television once Real World aired in the 90s. No more Basement, 106 and Park, etc. Bring back the box. Literally, I'm
Yeah.
an OnlyFans, so bring back the box all day,
Whoa.
all night.
Well, yeah, because I do. Yeah, we all remember. The box was it. The box was definitely it, and MTV really wasn't for us for a while until Total Request Live hit. I'm not gonna lie. I
What was
feel
that
you,
late
Joe,
night show
but
that used to come on? What was it called? Was it called After Dark or whatever the show?
Oh
Like
no, you talking about like with Tip Drill and all that going on?
all the crazy
that's
videos.
BET.
But that was
That's
BET.
BET.
Yeah, that was BET. That was
Nah, but we had, but TRL was a thing. Put it like this: you knew who was on the top of the charts and who was doing whatever. TRL was like the launch pad for the 106 in Parks. There was nothing like the basement as far as BET, and that's one thing. That's one thing you understood about culture was that, you know, MTV was pop culture, BET was more so urban culture. So you really had everybody knew their lane back then. And yes, Real World was one of the first reality shows.
Yep.
Loved it.
100%.
Still watch Vegas. We watching Vegas now. We go back and revisit it every now and again. They still had the road rules stuff going on. They did get away from music for a while, you know, 16 and pregnant and all of that.
That was crazy.
But I will say, Carson Daly was the guy back
Yeah,
in
he
the day.
was.
You know what I mean? And you saw the rise of Eminem thanks to MTV because BET wasn't really rocking.
And I want to sit between Carson Daly and Fred Durst to hear Marvin.
Yeah, I know who
they
they
man.
Little put me on blast on MTV. Yeah, man. And not to mention Cribs. Oh,
yeah, Cribs and Pimp My Ride. Pimp My Ride
Ride.
too. Yeah, it was
the successful show that destroyed Exhibit. That's how everybody feel it. They feel like he would have been further in music.
Would have been one of the better rappers. Yeah, it was so successful. But all of y'all is really stating just the fall of music television right there. It just became reality television and the rise of trash TV. All of TLC type shows you could hold on to and muster. My goodness.
16 and pregnant crowd so that basketball wives could run.
So before we move on to actions have after
so that all the Netflix shows could fly. What was that? What's that show you would keep talking about, Jim Jones? The
Love is Blind.
Love is Blind, Married at First Sight, all of those.
Ultimatum, all the other ones.
My
Indian
600-pound
Matchmaker,
life.
that's also a good show. Indian Matchmaker is a bop, whatever.
It really got away from the music, bottom line.
Yeah, so before we move on, you wrong, just so you know. He never lived in Canada. I was right. He from UK.
No.
Whoop whoop. Yep. No, I know what I'm talking about. I still listen to him. So I don't
Well, thanks to him, we had. I mean, I always
Craig David.
I knew Craig. I knew Craig David was a UK artist, right?
Stop.
But I'm not gonna lie. I will say this: Craig David. Well, let me rephrase how I put that. Craig David did spearhead a lot of the Canadian artists that blew up after a while. Cardinal Official.
Because he allowed that. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, he kind of spearheaded. A lot of them looked at him like honestly, that's who Drake wanted to be on the start out. He wanted to be just as big, if not bigger than Craig David. With the singing and all of that. That was a thing. You know what I mean?
I can see a similar parallel. But yeah, so my 600-pound little people life, you ain't right. My 600-pound life is actually anyways. Yes, MTV carved the paveway for these streaming and these reality shows to and it didn't start with Paris and Nikki Hilton. Weren't they on MTV? Paris and Nikki. Paris and Nikki
was a part of rollout. It was a part of rollout. They had a show on there, which actually ultimately created Kardashians, because that became a thing right after.
You know what? Why do you have to? Okay, let's go to.
That's because Craig David gonna show up. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? We're gonna go to actions have aftermath. Okay, we're gonna talk about actions have aftermath. So, all right, y'all.
Watching.
Ain't no shame in a chubby trainer. Sometimes the coach got more experience eating the L's.
Eating L's.
It's about
long
jaws, foot longs.
Right, long loafs.
I don't know, but hey, what y'all think about a chubby trainer? Y'all trying to get one of those? Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all ever see a chubby trainer? Y'all gonna let them train you?
Let me know if I'm on the right one, because this with this bro looking dude right here, we got it.
Yes, he looks
Okay.
like. Yeah, he looks like he needs a trainer, maybe.
To my help.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
this the
no.
one.
Click
This
it.
the
Yeah,
one.
click it. Yeah, click that one. Yeah, here we go.
This the one.
It'll get to it.
Personal trainer, you should be executed.
One of my favorite things is when the trash takes itself out. Hi, I'm Roy. I am a fat personal trainer. And I've been working in the fitness space for like 7 or 8 years now, and it never ceases to amaze me the amount of toxicity there is amongst other trainers. Personally, I advocate for body inclusivity in the fitness space always.
If I ever decide to lose this weight and I go into a gym and see a personal trainer built like me, I am going to go home, cry while eating a burrito. Because this inclusivity stuff got people losing their ever-loving minds. This is like saying, hi, I'm your sobriety coach, but I'm also getting high every night.
What y'all think? You hiring a chubby trainer? Do you feel like it's inclusive to give that chance? Do you feel like no, you should look like a certain level of it? Do you think that there should be some type of policy if you go to a gym and they like we allow everybody and you like, well, wait a minute. Try to figure out how if my chest is
Right.
big and his chest is just
Man,
how that's gonna
listen.
work.
If I want to train to be a runner, it better be the person I'm training with better look like they didn't cross more than a few damn finish lines. I'm not about to be in there getting spotted by Fat Pratt. I'm not doing that. My man had fingernails colored, talking about
He did, son.
what we including. More like what's the meal plan? You don't even follow it.
Foot
Get your
long.
ass out of here.
That's the meal plan.
See, the thing is, we don't count calories. We look at calories after we count. Like you get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. No, I'm not listening to you. Talking about okay, we're gonna do 10 push-ups. You doing it with me?
So I have
jumping
family.
jacks. You doing it with me?
I have family in the trainer space, and they definitely state that their body is their billboard. So when they go to the gym, when they do their Instagram and all that kind of stuff, when he's training people or actually when he's just running outside and everything, like when people come up, hey man, how do you do? So that's when he gives out his card or whatever, and charge his smooth fee, but it's because of his body that he has as a walking billboard. He's been training for almost 2 decades now. So
Y'all gonna let are y'all indiscriminate? Because the thing is, just because they're chubby though doesn't mean that they don't know how to train. So hold on. There's
you got
there's lots of
ex-collegiate
coaches who have never played the sport that are very successful. So what do y'all think? Should we apply that same logic here? Or is it different rules for personal training?
Man, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man ain't talking to me about vegetables. Get your ass out of here, big back. No, I gotta. If I'm gonna train with somebody, you have to look like the example, my guy. Shout out to I got a personal trainer. He went from training me to we competing with one another in the gym. We try to make each other better, but he is already at the finish line with it. He's maintaining, and I'm trying to get to where he is. So I'm inspired every time I step in the gym. I want to feel inspired. Why the hell I want to go talk to somebody about a Rolls Royce and you sell tempos all damn day? Why am I having that discussion with you? Why am I listening to you talk about money and your ass broke? It don't work. Don't make sense. Not about to sit here talking about some, yeah, man, I'm about to go get this smoothie and get myself together. Well, I'm going to do a smoothie, but I'm going to include a cupcake because I earned that this week. Get your ass out of here. I'm not listening to you.
yeah, I mean, some people would venture to say that it shows sometimes a lack of discipline, where you want to be the job but not be of the job type of situation. Like just because you went and got that damn certification just to tell me how many push-ups I should do or sit-ups I should do. Well, shit, I can go online and get a training plan my damn self. Not to mention, I don't need you just to be sitting here looking at me and I'm looking at you trying to figure out what I don't want to be. It don't make no sense to me.
Your ass need to do is get in the office and you collect the fees and membership dues for the gym. Your ass shouldn't be out there on the floor telling us, okay, guys, let's get to it. Get your ass out of here, big brat. I'm not listening to you.
All right.
But there's a place for it because, like, when you make that voice, it remind me of not Little Richard.
I'm a pony.
Richard,
I'm a
Ri-
pony.
no, Ri-
I'm a
Richard
pony.
Simmons, which that is inspiring in itself. Or Lizzo,
Yeah.
right? That's inspiring in itself.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't want to hear that inclusivity trash. I want to hear, hey, look at me as I work out with you. We're both gonna get it together. I'm not gonna be your trainer. I'm gonna be your accountability partner.
So fit to fat to fit type of time.
Now that's real. I actually liked that show when it was out. Fit the Fat to Fit was real.
Your mental health is just done.
Yeah.
Because you went from
That's where it starts.
to,
It starts up
now you
here. Yes,
woo.
it starts up here, and then and honestly, if I see somebody that was once fit and now they're fat, I'm not blaming food. I'm blaming their mentality. Something happened to them. There's some trauma there that they haven't addressed or something. But
Or some people get hurt and shit. They got to sit up for 6 months or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the
It
trauma
happens.
right there. Your body
Yeah.
go through stuff. Stuff happens to people, and I can understand that. But you're not about to come out here bright-eyed and bushy-tailed with a big belly talking about, come on, let's do these sit-ups. You pay me to tell you what to do. Hell no, that ain't gonna happen.
No, we in this together, you and me. We
Get your ass down here
Free.
with me too, George.
All right.
Sit your ass
Yep.
down with me.
So I mean, yeah. So if your trainer sweating more than you, that's not motivation. That's mentorship gone wrong. So we're gonna go ahead and go to our. I think this is our last. We got two more. Second last. So scammers, man. Scammers were texting me like we dated once. Like, hey, do you remember me? No, I don't. How do you get my number? Who are you?
Who are you?
I could be somebody though. No.
You could be blocked.
Oh.
So you do not remember me, Jim Jones?
No, he didn't hit us with the fake accent, Lord.
You do not remember me.
Mm-mm.
Oh
Mm-mm.
shit.
And it's not even just the text though; they hitting them with the robocalls too. It's just remember we talked about the digital footprint, so keep that in mind.
Oh shit!
And y'all listening to
I'm quick with the hang and bang when I hear that dook on that phone. I'm like, oh no, click. That's that new sound that be coming out. Don't nobody know about that. That dook.
Mhm, that
Hang it
WhatsApp.
straight up. Dook.
That WhatsApp trap.
I mean, the main question is
no.
if you ain't applied for nothing, then they can't be talking to you. If you didn't apply for nothing, like, hey, you were approved for this loan. I never applied. Make it make sense.
Or my favorite lately has been, we have a complaint that's been posed against you. Call this number. These people are suing you. We're not sending paperwork. We just want you to give us the card number so we can get rid of this. And then the whole time I'm tracing the number back, like, yeah. So how long you been in Irvine, California? What are you talking about? Well, you're in Irvine right now, Jerry. That's your name, isn't it? You told me Dan. Click. Call their ass back. Dan.
Duke.
Dan. Jerry Dan. Why you hang that? Duke.
And now people got time.
Pre-approval for a credit card consolidation loan up to $55,000.
No matter your age or area code, everyone gets them.
This message is from the Taxpayer Support Office. You've been marked for IRS resolution options.
Scam robocalls are exploding.
Thank you for reason not to answer the IRS.
And so are tempers. Nearly a third of us get at least one call every day.
I literally get about 30 calls a day.
That's Nayeli Zahner in Dallas. She has to answer every call because she's a realtor and it could be a customer.
You block them and another call comes in, another call. It's like continuous calls. So it's unbelievable.
Consumer watchdog Perg says spam robocalls are up 20% to a 6-year high. 420 million more calls each month.
I mean, these bad guys, they put out millions and millions, bazillions of phone calls and texts every single day. And they only need just a teensy tiny percentage of.
She said bazillion.
Yeah, that was ill. But what this tells me, if these calls going up, it's telling me that the money is drying up, where they got to keep hitting up the well. Not that people are getting not getting scammed, but shit, people ain't got the scratch to get scammed with. So that's another aspect of it. So
Yeah,
they gotta hit up more people.
You're playing a numbers game now.
Yep. Because the deal collector and we all both one and the same now. I ain't answering the phone at all.
I don't even get the call.
Of them to work.
While most people don't answer or hang up, the average person who is scammed loses nearly $3,700. Easy money for a scammer who could be overseas. PERG researchers say fewer than half of phone companies have installed the required caller ID or filters to block the calls. The U.S. Telecom Ministry tells NBC News it disagrees with the PERG findings, and it says robocalls have actually been declining. Phone companies, it says, have rolled out blocking and labeling tools for their customers to successfully trace these malicious scammers and work with law enforcement to shut them down. A Consumer Reports investigation finds 1 in 10 Americans.
I don't know about all that. We wouldn't have to buy these extra apps in order to actually delete this stuff.
And text.
If it's a number you don't recognize and you're not expecting a phone call, don't answer it. Let it go to voicemail.
And try to keep your cool.
When I say take me off the call list, I mean take me off the call list.
Okay. Take them off the call list. Like the Faith was so close, I couldn't tell you if that was a man or a woman. What was that? Like,
they said take them off the call list, okay?
Please.
Just wanted to make a damn TikTok. That's all they was doing.
We not saying anything on the call, okay?
I miscalled. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if we can put that up there. We might have to change them wording on that. We get in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know
if it has the same sting as it once did before.
Oh, yeah. New administration. You're right. New administration, and they don't care.
Yeah, it's kind of over.
Right.
Kind of over.
That was just them. Yeah, it was just them on that other stuff.
Wild West.
Yeah.
Wild West.
So
no.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy. Y'all done got some text. I got one where they were like, "Hey, got a job for you." I said, "Oh, okay." They said, "I'm gonna pay you $400 a week. All you gotta do is send me XYZ. You have great skills." I said, "Oh, who sent you? What? Who sent you?"
What website did I apply to?
I'm trying to figure out how you. I said, "What skills stood out to you?" Now I'm messing with you. No, come back, Jerry Dan. Come back, Jerry Dan.
I be playing with these Jerry Dans, man. I have fun. Get
you
that text message. I be texting back. I'm so excited about this opportunity. I've been waiting for something like this. What does it entail? We just need your social security number. Sure, I'll send that. Send me your company's name. The company name is boop, 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 boop. You see them bubbles? I'm trying to Google a company. Where are you guys located? You're asking a lot of questions. Opportunity has been put out to many other suitors. Do you want it or not? What's a suitor? That he stopped
right. You need to give me your license front and back.
Yeah. Give me job.
Y'all so dripping in comments. Y'all be getting these text messages talking about y'all gonna get this job, or even they'll just be like, "Hey, it's been a long time since we talked. Who is this? Oh, you know who I am.
Opportunity limited.
Who am
time.
I? This is Jill, right?
Block.
Block. Damn. Text
I'm ain't play with you. Yeah, this is Jill. How you doing, baby?
Whole text sound like the combo word of the day.
Yeah, baby, how you doing? It's like you're about to find out what's going on. So yeah, it's crazy. Basically, y'all like screen your calls. I think I don't know if it's the iPhone that came out with this, but or if it's just my carrier, but there is a setting that you can put where it'll just automatically start them to voicemail. You can see what they gonna say before you even answer it. I'm on that type
visual
of time.
Voicemail and call.
I don't know, but I don't know.
Call screening.
Yeah, but I don't know if that screening's on my carrier or if that's on the phone. But if you have that, definitely recommend tapping into that if you are having issues with the scamming text or robocalls.
There's
For
also
sure.
safety and security apps that cost money, but you be able to use them. Some that I use, I'll put them down in the comments and stuff.
We talked about one before,
Yeah, but
but we don't
yeah,
get sponsored by them yet.
yeah,
So
not yet.
not yet.
But when you see me do a commercial spot, just know that the bag done came.
CTC.
Cash is pay. All right, y'all. Is that anything else to add before we talk about our last one?
Last one.
Okay, so Aldi got folks feeling like they cracked the grocery matrix because inflation's so bad. Even the Dollar Tree is charging $1.50, like they changed out here without changing out here. Let's talk about Aldi's. Is this y'all going to Aldi's or no? Let us know. So Aldi's has a host Thanksgiving for 10 for just $40.
They have a Thanksgiving meal deal for only $40. And get this, it's $7 less than it was last year.
That's crazy.
Now, who you know out here deflating prices? They say this is supposed to feed 10 people. $40 for 10 people in this economy? Not that damn bad. See, Aldi is for the people. They say this Thanksgiving, no household shall starve. They making sure everybody has the access to an affordable Thanksgiving. Now, I did some rough calculations. It might be a little off, but if you're looking at it, it's 21 items. So basically $1 or $2 per item. You do got to do a little cooking. You do got to do a little bit of cooking. But guess what? If this ain't enough, you can always add stuff to it and doctor it up. Because I guarantee you add another $10, $15 to this can be all the way gourmet. I don't know. I might check this out this year. I might do a little review for the people. See how good it is. See, I knew I like Aldi. They got a little bit of soul left. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
What y'all think? Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all going to Aldi's? Do y'all think this is a good deal? Do you think people need it? Do you think that that's not gonna work? It's gonna cost more than that.
They've
Man,
been
I
doing this for a
ain't
little
gonna
while.
like all these is actually straight as far as I'm concerned. Just because I used to shop there a lot.
Listen.
Because the quality of the food
GFS.
was actually all right. Yeah, GFS.
Them first years of marriage,
Yeah.
I was an Aldi king. I remember my window got broke out in Aldi's and somebody stole my radio. I was at Aldi so much. It was like they followed me there. I came out pissed, but I saved a lot of money still. Even with that happening, I'm like, damn. Them cookies gonna hit though when I get to the house and clear this glass out my car because I'm gonna just call the
Right.
glass man. But bottom line is
Get that quarter out that shopping cart.
that part. But the other thing you gotta think about is this. Obviously, Aldi is making a ton of money, right? Soon as they also showing you that because some of their products you might find one or two at another bigger chain store. What they're showing you is that people are basically hosing the consumers on the pricing because Aldi's is still Aldi's. They ain't went up too much. In fact, like you said, they went down $7. Why? Because they know with everything that's going on, they about to rake in a ton of money. That hot 40.
Yeah, because they probably gained market share, to be honest. I'm pretty
In a
sure
big
that
way.
I'm sure that Walmart has increased their customer base. I'm sure that Aldi's and the like has increased their customer base because
Yeah, the
stuff
organic
costing too
places have seen less foot traffic. You got the Trader Joe's, the Whole
Yeah.
Foods, those was it like a something market? Is it a whole market? Is that what it's called? Like
Whole
all of
Foods?
those World Market. Sorry, World Market.
World-
Like all
oh,
those
yeah.
places, those places are gonna
They gotta come down. They
Mm-hmm.
know it's been in the air long enough. They've been like, come over here where it's organic. All these like, come on back to us. We got you.
They got organic in there too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And then on top of that, too, all these payday people more.
They do. And they get to sit down when they bring people out, which is crazy.
Listen, saying you worked at Aldi's back in the day was a huge flex.
right. Because you about to retire from there. Like it's like working at the post office.
I had to diversify my bonds and figure out a few things. Yeah, I took the Benz back. I decided to go ahead and get myself a Land Rover. Like, what the hell? Where you work at? Oh no, I'm just a manager at Aldi's. What? Balling. Go talk to them people at Walmart. Ask them what they making. Because people, I mean, Aldi's quietly run up a bag because they're more affordable than most. And you might find them in your average food desert too. Not,
Right.
or at least a little, not too far.
So speaking of the, what we're talking about on the grocery chain front, chains that are reporting less foot traffic versus Aldi in 2025. So let me get into it. Kroger down about 2 to 3% year over year. So they lost share to discount and private label grocers like Aldi and grocery outlet. Safeway, in parentheses, we'll call them Albertsons for those that should know, declined roughly 1.5% year over year. So the drop is concentrated in the U.S. Western markets like California, where Aldi and Trader Joe's are actually expanding. Ralph's down 18%, 18.8% exactly. Where
And let me add in that
go
I
ahead.
was wrong. Trader Joe's is actually growing, so I was wrong.
Yeah, and because they're a competitor for like the Whole Foods section. So Vons dropped 16.4%. Steep declines amongst regional competitors. Target, because they got super Target locations, their visits are down between 4 and 9% year over year. The foot traffic is dropping for 18 straight months versus grocery shoppers shift to the discount store chain. Sam's Club down 16% in Q1 of 2025. Reduced discretionary spending is what people are talking about there. Giant Eagle, right? So that we know about that in the Midwest, down nearly 10% in 2025. The softest recovery among traditional regional grocers. And Aldi's comparative growth. Aldi traffic is up 7.1% year over year in 2025, outpacing the grocery sector average of about 1.5% growth. Since 2019, Aldi's total U.S. foot traffic has risen over 50%.
That's crazy.
Reaching 900 million annual visits. Every new Aldi location in 2025 is added visits rather than cannibalizing existing stores, a rare trend in brick and mortar retail. So what's the takeaway on this? Discount focused and limited assortment grocers like Aldi's, Lidl, Trader Joe's, and grocery outlet are thriving as inflation keeps shoppers price sensitive. Conversely, traditional chains like Safeway, Ralph's, and Target are experiencing declines in foot traffic and store visits in nearly every major metro where Aldi's expands. So it's the market's already telling you something. That's all I got to say.
There you go. Now they coming with the Thanksgiving package. Now people is gonna be spending their $40 a little different this Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they gotta make it stretch. They're gonna have to make that stretch more. Can't be just wasting $40 at this point. Like they trying to feed, they gotta feed cousins and immediate family, like more people. So shout out to Aldi's. Shout out to Aldi's for making something they saw.
Saw a need.
Yeah. I mean, you gonna have to bring your own bag.
Expensive.
You got to bring your own bag.
Expensive.
Just remember, you gotta bring your own bag. They're not playing with that.
You can buy a bag.
Yeah.
You can buy one.
Or
get the boxes on the side. Or you can just carry them bad boys out. Just put that cart back and get your quarterback.
I've done that. I paid my stuff and threw it right back in that cart and loaded up that trunk because I ain't had no bags. But Aldi's long as I've been around, Aldi's have always been the safe bet. It hasn't been an Aldi's I've been into that's been mismanaged. It didn't stink. You know what I mean? Like the products wasn't outdated.
Clean.
Very clean. The people there were friendly. Every now and again you get the crazy person that might spaz out in there. They quickly got removed because there was a security in there with the hammer. You know what I mean? Like you were safe in there outside of, like I told you with my window, that situation happened. But that area I was in shopping at the Aldi's is a fairly high crime area, but the food still was priced the same, quality was still the same. So shout out to Aldi's. They've been keeping it real a long time.
Yeah, so that's all that we have. Drop some trip in the comments. Let us know if y'all shop at Aldi. Definitely, we got to keep this in mind. Like, there's been a lot of protests going on, but it's about to be at the self-checkout, and then they going to just walk right on to Aldi's at this point. Be like, you know what? Drops the basket. I'm going to Aldi's. I ain't got to deal with this.
Aldi ain't doing self-checkout. We checking you out. You come on through, we'll ring it up.
I'm just saying they're gonna leave where they were at. They're gonna just leave those places and be like, leave their basket. Be like, I'm going to all these. I ain't gotta do this with y'all. I'm going where my money go on.
Folks really talking that talk about what I'm about to go. Get out my way when I come. I'm like, try that Aldi's. That old man that's sitting there with the gray in his beard, he got that quick draw pistol on his side.
Oh yeah, they did had the security dude over there.
They don't play
down in steel yard, buddy. Yeah,
he's not playing. He reaching. He staring at you. Better bring that Mac 10. This for me and my friends.
Well, drop some drip in the comments. Let us know how y'all feeling about the economy. Do y'all feel like tariffs are helping, hurting? Do you feel that there are downstream effects to the tariffs? Do you feel like this is what's needed, that people owe us for the stuff that for doing business here, and they've taken advantage of the U.S. for too long? Let us know. Drop some drip in the comments. That's all I got today, y'all. I am your co-host, Jim Jones. It's very, 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 very late, and it's time for me to go take myself to bed. So I'm out. I'm gonna pass it over to Plain Dame.
Yes. Thank you all for showing up and showing out like you always do. For real. He in there like this. Better get that Mag 10, because he about to blam something. Come through there thinking you about to steal a box. No, ain't no self-checkout. We gonna check you out. But again, I am your distinguished other co-host, your man's Plains Dames. And thank you all for coming through. Thank you all for the love you've shown for the Common Sense Car Ride stuff. Appreciate you all. Let me know what you guys thinking. I kind of like the tariffs. I like what they're doing for the WIC program. Whatever.
No, we appreciate y'all.
You said you appreciate what they do for the WIC program. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, you spend money to keep it going through November. So all my babies that didn't have babies, they can still get the WIC juice. So my dude is sitting at the house right now with no job, with the stocking cap on his head. He can drink some WIC juice all November. And if he got $40, he can get a whole meal from Aldi's. How you like them apples?
Get it with the WIC, right? Well, not all of it, right?
No, not all of it, but they do got the WIC juice at the Aldi's too.
Right.
I just asked.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Well, I was going to say the channel's steady growing, so we appreciate everyone. Remember to give us a heart, give us a like, subscribe. It's free.
Share it with 2 people you like and somebody you don't.
Yeah. We shopping at Aldi's. We want to go to Trader Joe's too, so we need more people to subscribe.
What a good. Oh my goodness. Shout out to Joe for that comment on Aldi's and Trader Joe's. They are not the same company, but they do have historical
ties to one
another. So yes,
siblings.
Shout out to Joe for that one.
I wonder what they Thanksgivings look like.
Look, that whole family probably eat off
$160. From what I remember, I think it's a German-based store. Yeah.
Right, they are. Aldi's is a German name, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, Aldi is German. Yep.
Okay.
Trip.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna take my butt to bed. It is late.
Trip. Yeah, I'm going to the gym in the morning. So.
Bye, y'all. I can't stand you. Get your own move.
Oh, yeah, her ass. That's me ass.
Right. This about to be me. So they freeze frame it, and put us on media takeout or one of those spots. They're gonna say the the male and female co-host that you need to know from being number 2. You gotta do it too so they can screenshot it.
I felt compelled. I had to see.
I appreciate that. I don't look like an a-hole alone.
He's like, do that dance.
Right. Show your mama that dance you be doing. Come on, show them. Do the damn dance.
Come check us out every Friday night, 11:30. It's 11:45 EST is when we're gonna start. All right, y'all. We out of here. Bye.
Peace.